Welcome.
I didn't realize we were starting.
You introduce yourself.
Hold on. I forgot to do this part.
Oh, there you go.
It's a fucking train wreck show.
I can do it. You want me to do it?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
It's a train wreck show today. It's been a crazy, crazy time for all of us. We're witnessing something first time ever in our lifetime.
I think it's pretty dope. I like it.
You think this is dope?
What? Don't turn it on me. Okay, I think the experience.
Explain.
I think I think the experience is a once in a lifetime experience. I don't think it's dope, all the tragedy and like the loss and all of it.
You're like, death is dope.
No, I think it's very serious and it's very sad, and like we've all been hit. I've been hit, not with death, but just the effects of it. But I'm just saying to experience this and then to talk, like come out of it and then to talk to your kids about back in my day. That's what I'm talking about.
That's true. We're going through history right now.
What I like about what's going on, if I can be positive, is that the world is going through it together right now.
Yeah.
And it's bringing us, I feel, closer because everyone's experiencing the same thing together.
Yeah.
Which it doesn't happen. Like the world doesn't stop together at once.
That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
And I'm just trying to be optimistic here. Obviously, there's crazy shit going on, right?
Who's that soccer player, Cristiano, whatever?
Ronaldo.
That fool bought a fucking island. He's not experiencing shit with us.
He bought an island?
Yeah, and he's
Now?
Like just to like hide away on until
Yeah.
everything's gone.
He quarantined himself on an island.
Fuck that shit.
Fucking
yeah.
tight.
Yeah, he's not experiencing what
I
we're
mean, when you
experiencing.
got money, man, you can rule the world. But for the rest of us, how are we dealing with our work, our jobs, our businesses, all that stuff? Because I think, especially our viewers and everyone too, like not everyone's got secure jobs, you know, like especially if we don't have a essential job, right?
Yeah.
So I think we're lucky on the JK end, but then not everyone in my food businesses are lucky. Like we had to let go a lot of people, same with Barbell and all that. So how's that been?
It's been fucked up. It's been really hard. So it's been hard for us because we have like the apparel end. So like you were mentioning, the whole world stopped. So any launches or any lines that we had lined up, because we want to be ahead of time so we're not scrambling, all of that just got shut down. So now the things that we were depending on to sell, to make money, to continue the growth and continue paying people and stuff, like that completely changes. And now you have to pivot and go, fuck, what other areas can we make money and make it quickly? So that's one of them. And then on the other
So
end,
you're saying that the supply, like
it stops.
Yeah, because China stopped,
Yeah.
so you couldn't get the delivery,
Right.
and then you guys couldn't sell what you.
Right.
Yeah.
So money that we've already spent in order to get
It's just
the supplies
stuck.
is just stuck. And then on the gym front, like that was the first thing to get shut down before anything else got shut down. So that staff, we had to be like, okay, we don't know when we're gonna open up. We don't know how long we can continue to pay people because with gyms, you depend on memberships. But if it's closed,
So you just kicked them out into the streets?
kick who out into the streets?
Your poor employee.
No, we paid them. We're still paying.
So they did free work?
Oh my God.
No. You basically paid them to just help them stay alive for like what, an extra month or
because it's not
whatever,
fair to anyone, right? But then with our gym members, like we can't keep charging them for a service they're not receiving, so we have to like stop those memberships. But then that's what we rely on to pay the rent. So it's like this catch-20. It's so fucked up.
Are you gonna go on strike with the rent and stuff? Because I know a lot of businesses are going on strike with rent.
Well, we're
Like
lucky.
Urban Outfitters is like probably the biggest.
Didn't they declare that people can't be evicted right now? So a lot of people aren't paying rent.
But we have a good relationship with our landlord, and we talked to him, and he was like, "Well, we'll forego like the following 2 months, and you'll just back pay later." It's been rough.
Huge domino effect because like the landlords, the banks are like still charging them mortgage, right? So then they have to pay. And then so the landlords that own the buildings outright, they're the ones with the most power, which means if they own it full, they're the ones that can be like, it's okay, don't worry.
Yeah, they do, luckily.
Yeah, because they're like an old family that owned it for a long time, right?
Yeah.
So they're the lucky ones. So if like, let's say I'm a new real estate guy and then 2020 January, I go, I'm gonna buy a warehouse, right? And then I lend it to Barbell, right? And then this whole thing happens, I'd be so fucked because I'm like, okay, I still gotta owe the bank.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, it's difficult. A lot of like people who own like apartment complexes and stuff right now, they don't want to fuck over the people who live there, right? So they're only taking in whatever they can from people, and they're trying to pay whatever they can to the mortgage companies.
Yeah.
But the problem is that it's like, okay, so if we stop paying the mortgage now, are we gonna just all have to pay it all within this year? Which you can't just pay like 3 months of mortgage right when this is over, right?
Yeah, it stacks up. That's a lot
You
of
also
money.
don't make all your money again right away. It has to be super slow. So it's like, oh, can we stack it on at the end of the mortgage? But then even then, the banks are like, I don't know if we're gonna allow that either. So everyone's stuck in this limbo.
Yeah, and that's like 10 grand for some families.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Because if I were to just pay 3 months of rent, that's about 12, 13 grand by myself.
I've also seen like the renters or like the people that are like whoever like the landlords. They're like, oh, like I know times are hard, so what we're gonna do is like we're gonna take like your parking fee and you don't have to pay that, but the rest like the whole
my God.
thing you still do on this day, and if you don't, like you're gonna get like charged or like double charged or whatever.
Yeah, because it keeps stacking up, and if you can't work, you can't pay rent. And most Americans, I've been saying this, is we're like 2 paychecks away from being completely bankrupt. And when I say most, that's over 50%. That's a lot of fucking people that don't save and can't save. So that's where I think, I don't know what the hell's gonna happen. On a restaurant side of things too, like we try to keep at least all our places open for to go. But, you know, like drinks and desserts and things like that, I don't think people are buying. That's like an extra luxury item. Really, like people are buying like burgers or like things that they can't cook or whatever, right?
Unless you're Julia, then she's always buying tea.
That's an essential for Julia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I live off on that shit.
You're keeping them alive.
Yeah, keeping them alive.
Yeah, dude, support small businesses. That's
Yeah.
what I'm doing.
But usually if you think about the dessert experience or even just drinks, right? It's something that you do after dinner or lunch with your friends to go out, grab some drinks, talk, hang out there. That's the experience. Yeah, but if that's out, yeah, so we try to keep it open as long as possible to keep everybody working, but that part didn't work out either. So I'm like, man, what are we? I'm more worried about the people that are like, what are they gonna do to pay rent and stuff? Because I'm lucky, like I have JK, right? So this is the whole operation. We can keep going.
Yeah.
But then beyond that, right? Like all the team members in the food space, like I'm like, can y'all survive? Shoot, man, I don't know.
Yeah, like especially with like service workers. I remember I was listening to this interview with a service worker, and he was saying the reason why he chooses to be a service worker because he enjoys interacting with people all the time, and he feels like it's the kind of skill set. No matter if he moves anywhere, he can always get a job being a service worker somewhere, like being a waiter or whatever. And he loves the job, and he can use that skill anywhere, right? Because it's always restaurants until now. So he's like, all of a sudden now I can't be a server anywhere. So
Open up an OnlyFans account.
well, a lot of them are like streaming into like grocery stores and stuff. So that's where a lot of people are going because grocery stores are hiring a ton of people.
Yeah, you know why? So I have a buddy who owns like a chain of grocery stores, and what he was saying is like a lot of people, his employees, were afraid to come to work. So there was, so what's happening right now is like they also don't want to risk themselves and their family either. So they're like, well, fuck it, I'd rather go broke than be sick or die or I have a grandma at home. So like, they're like, sorry, I can't come to work. And then he's like, shit, like it's even busier in the stores, but a lot of people are just dropping out, and a lot of drivers are dropping out. A lot of people that are in the supply chain. So that's why there's this whole issue of like now there's all like a huge flood of people coming in, but then there's not enough workers. Yeah. So the ones that are brave and that wanna or that can and they, like me, if I live alone, I would probably do that, you know?
Yeah, and then a lot of those guys are just saying like, oh, they've resigned to the idea of like, oh, I'll probably end up getting sick, and it's probably gonna be from this, but you know, you just gotta do it, and if you get sick, you get sick.
It seems like it's really split, right? Like there's like a split between people like, you know, like they think I need to be healthy, protect my family, let's stay in, don't do anything. And then there's another group of people that go, I need to keep living, I need to keep working, I need to keep making money, and fuck it, let's do it, you know?
Yeah.
Where are you guys on that spectrum?
There's a group of people who go out on St. Patrick's Day and then party and then all lick each other's faces.
In Florida?
No.
I don't fucking care. Like, I'm healthy. Those fuck
Oh,
faces.
that's just so frustrating.
Fuck those
I hate
people.
that.
I think the good thing out of that is like you saw the whole world get mad at those people.
Yeah.
Like in a time where like people are divided, like everyone was like, okay, those people.
Let's get together and shame these fuck faces.
Yeah. But yeah, like if you guys were in a grocery business, like you had to do like person to person, you know, type of work, where would you be on
Am
that
I an
spectrum?
employee or am I one of the heads?
Oh, good question. Employee.
I would say the ones at most risk, right? Because like they have it the most dangerous. Because for example, Antoine's girlfriend works at a big store, and he just said that she had either coworkers or someone there that was confirmed with the COVID.
Yeah.
So that's why it was kind of scary for him, or I mean for us to have him here, because we don't know if she carried it and he carried it and whatever, right? So that to me is also a dangerous area because there's so many people coming in and out, just like the hospital.
Right.
Yeah, and then medical professionals are talking about how they can't even see their own families because they don't want to be the ones that carry it into the family, right? Yeah, so like for me personally, if I worked in the grocery store, I would continue working because I'm making sure not to see my family right now because they are high risk. My parents are like super duper old. So I'm already making sure not to visit them. And I feel like I need to do things. I can't just sit around.
But what if you were the breadwinner?
Yeah, so
You know what I mean? Like you have to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would continue working.
You continue working?
But then what I would do is I'll pitch a tent in the backyard and I'll sleep there. Yeah, and then I wouldn't even like go in the house.
Yeah.
So I'll just shit in the woods or like in my backyard and
Wait,
shit.
this is your fucking dream come true.
Like you wanted to do
You're
this
like,
anyway.
no, Joe, we have an extra room. We don't even have to. No, I'm going outside and taking a shit in the plants.
Hey Joe, the pandemic's over. Come inside. No, I'm good. I'm gonna stay out here.
Yeah, I think for me it's kind of hard to side on one side because I mean for those who are immunocompromised and they like need money, it's really hard for them to be working out. But if you do need the money, like you kind of have to.
I mean, that's why the government's giving such a big incentive right now.
Yeah, you are dying.
But it's like with waiting with that, like, because a lot of people I know that don't have like the money to even pay rent usually, and then also on top of that, like how much are they spending, or like they weren't prepared for this, so it was literally like they just got let go. So people that like they have to be very frugal about how they spend their money. You know, they are like when they go to the store, they have to buy like just like the rices and like the basic stuff. When like I gotta go and like buy stuff that I want, like alcohol, like candies, or whatever.
Yeah,
But,
nice
like,
flex.
Good time.
But then
good time.
we don't know how long this is gonna go, and they don't have any money coming in. So it's like how long until they're literally like I can't even afford food anymore.
I heard a lot of people like who are panic buying are now trying to return a lot of their goods
Yes.
just to get the money, just to get the cash back.
What about the guy who bought the hand sanitizer? So dumb. So this guy, he was like, oh, I'm gonna go around the entire state, buy all the hand sanitizer. He bought 17,000 bottles so he could sell on Amazon. And then Amazon stopped it because everyone was price gouging. Now he just has a garage with 17,000 hand sanitizer.
I love it.
I was gonna pay for my child's college tuition, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, fuck you, guy.
Fuck him.
You stole the hand sanitizer.
Price gouging is illegal in a lot of states too.
Exactly. So,
Luckily, like stores are being like you can't return these items. Like you can't.
so he's
recycle
stuck
them.
with it.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
I must say I feel very fortunate and proud of my parents for not panic buying because they're just like, oh, we can save that item for someone else who needs it. And I was like, oh, it's like I love you guys so much. You guys totally understand.
And you guys are gonna die during the apocalypse.
But you guys are nice though.
yeah.
Nice though.